once again, I am back at work with the green shirt. And once again, I need your help to keep me awake. Before I get into anything, make sure you hit the like button, share this stream out. If you want to support this channel, check the links in the description. You can leave a donation at PayPal. You can go buy a shirt at aloveproductions.com. All the shirts are designed by me. Pick one that speaks to you. And if you just want to follow me on social media, all those links are down below as well. And Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, I'll be doing my radio show Inspired by Love. If you want to tune into that, the link for that is also down below. It's at zoomix.org, ZUMIX.org. Um, and there's also a Facebook link for the radio show as well. Um, so, with all that said, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Yes, it's me, April Love, here in Boston. Wishing you a blessed time. So I hope you have find reasons to smile, to laugh, to enjoy life, to appreciate everything and everyone around you. So I know I've been missing in action. Even yesterday, I crashed at 7. Didn't get up until, no wait, what was it? Crashed about 9, I think it was. Because I was originally going to take a nap at 7. Played with my phone. And started editing a video. And started falling asleep by 9. Tried to fight it. My mother kept trying to wake me up to eat. Eventually she did. Eventually I did get up to eat something, and then I went to lie back down and went right to sleep. Didn't get up until 6:30 in the morning. But today was very much a leisure day. Um, and the fact that I'm even awake now is a good thing. um, and let's see who actually makes it in here tonight, because I know it's been a week, so, people may not be looking, maybe they think I stopped doing the streams. But I'm back at work, so I'm back at the streams. And I put 2 videos out earlier today. The second one was, the second one just kind of came to me after watching a couple of, the creators that I mentioned in that video, Bradley Martin and Fuzi and all that. Um, and they've all put out videos talking about life and talking about how they have their own anxieties and you know you know deal with the success that they get, and a couple of them were talking about the rapper Mac Miller. To be honest with you, I can't say I was a fan or not. I don't really follow too much of the new music. If I hear something, maybe, but I honestly didn't know who he was. But it's still very sad to hear about another person losing their battle with whatever their issue may be. His was obviously he had a drug issue, and hearing about Demi Lovato a couple weeks back, It just the state of the world in general. As you know, I've talked about, one of my family members that have had issues. Not my mother, but another one that's had issues with depression and anxiety and thoughts of suicide. And, you know, how, I was helping that part of my family. And it was taking a toll on me. And it's one thing that triggered my mother. Hey, how are you? Thank you for coming in, Nicole. You're the first one in. Hit that like button for me. Share out the stream. Let people know that I'm live for at least the next hour. I'm really trying to stay awake right now. um, it's the first night back to work from taking the week off. And my sleeping schedule has been completely messed up, so it's going to be a real fight to stay awake during the next couple of nights until I get into the groove of everything again and stuff. But just talking about uh, the two videos that I put out today. All right, no problem. But yeah. So that's what the second video was about today. It was, I was trying to reach out and just say thank you to a small group of uh, YouTubers that I watch. As far as the bigger YouTubers. And just letting them know that I appreciate them and appreciate what they share. Because one of the ones that I mentioned, Bradley Martin, um, he put out a very emotional video over the weekend, speaking partly on Miller, but also talking about his own. Hello, how are you? Thank you for coming in. Filming extras. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate it. Hit that like button for me if you can. Um, um, but yeah, I appreciate it so much that he was willing, that he allowed himself to put out such an emotional, vulnerable video. And, him talking about, um, yes, I do. I'm a big fan of Roman Atwood. I actually watched his last video about 20 minutes ago. But yeah, so my last video, I put out two videos today. One was a regular vlog that was actually from yesterday, um, but I had fell asleep a little early last night and never got around to finishing the video. And then the second video I put out today about called "Thank You for Being You." Was basically a shout out and a thank you to all the YouTubers that the bigger YouTubers that I watch. I mentioned Roman, I mentioned Bradley Martin, Yusuf Fuzi, Adam Sulla, Slimification, Lara DIY, Alex Wasabi, Lazy Run Studios, Lily Singh, Humble the Poet, Simi Singh. These are all content creators that that I relate to, that inspire me in one way or another. Roman Atwood specifically inspired my T-shirt line. Um, yeah, Roman Atwood inspired my own T-shirt line, Aloveproductions. Um, where I make raw and imperfect designs meant to spread love and positivity. Um, Everything is designed by me, including the fonts on the shirt. So, you know, the YouTubers I watch them because they show their vulnerabilities, because um, you know, they show, you know, granted, some of it they try to just keep the positive. Have a good one filming extras. Um, have a good night. So, but I love. Hmm, I'm losing my train of thought. But because of Bradley Martin's video earlier this weekend, forget if it was today or it was yesterday that it came out, but I didn't get to watch it until today, um, or last night. I don't even remember. I'm over. I'm tired and my brain function is not where I want it to be. So, but yeah, I mean, you've heard me in past videos talk about Fuzi and how much he's inspired me and how much he's motivated me and how much, you know, uh, you know, I admire what he puts out in his videos. So, you still there? How are you? Thank you for coming back. And thank you to whoever else is coming into the stream right now. I appreciate it. Hit the like button if you can. Whoever's lingering. But yeah, you know, I felt compelled to make the thank you video today. Just to speak to Bradley Martin and Roman and Fuzi and all the content creators that I mentioned. You know, I appreciate what they do and what they share. Um, Despite what negativity might come with it, some of them really just do their thing. Some of them, you know, do skits and pranks and experiments. And, they all, in one way or another, try to put their best look forward. Hello! Thank you for coming, Pinky. Pinky in the brain. Pinky in the brain. One is a genius, the other's insane. What are we gonna do tonight? Brain, the same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world. I'm sorry, but every time I see the name Pinky or even hear the name Pinky, that's the first thing my brain goes to. And stuff. But I was just talking about um The reason why I put out the second video today. I put two videos out today. One was for was just a vlog that I put together from my day yesterday, and today in the second video was a thank you and appreciation for the content creators that I watch on a regular basis that have inspired and motivated my channel, my T-shirt line, uh, and a lot of what I do. As far as my creativity in this, you know, and I had to put it. I felt compelled to because the first person I mentioned in the video, Bradley Martin, um, he put out a very emotional video yesterday. He talked a little bit about Mac Miller, the rapper. To be honest, I'm not familiar with the rapper, but again, it's very sad to hear of another person um, losing their battle with their demons and whatever issues they may have going on. FIFA Nifa, what's going on, lady? What's going on? Uh, but for him to reach out like he did, um, and show his vulnerability and speak on how not only did the death of Mac Miller affect him, but the emotions and thoughts that were brought up for him. So I completely appreciated that and the fact that he put it out on video, because this is a big, muscle guy. And you don't, when you dig big muscle guy, you don't think someone that's willingly gonna be on camera crying and being emotional and being sensitive and whatever. And for him to, put out videos like he did yesterday, I appreciated it. And, I say it all the time, people like Fuzi Tube is and Adam Sulla are the reasons why I got in front of a camera. Roman Atwood is the reason why I just started designing my shirts. For sure. And even Bradley was mentioning that in his video. If you look up Bradley Martin, you'll see he does mostly like training videos or whatever. But every now and again, a lot of times in his videos, he'll take moments to talk about something, I guess you could say, quote unquote, real. Or something like things that he's affected by. Like he talks about having anxiety and bringing himself to the hospital on multiple occasions because his anxiety got that bad. Or he talks about the effects that he still has as a grown man of his father taking his life when he was, when Bradley was young. His father had taken his own life, and the emotions that he's had and thoughts he's had to deal with his whole life on that issue, you know, and I you know I felt, not just from him, but a couple other the channel content creators I watch have talked about depression or anxiety or where they're at personally um, right now, over the last couple of days, and not because of the passing of somebody else, but just how they feel about themselves and what's going on in their own lives. I want to, every now and again I do that. I reach out to those creators and I hope that they see whether they respond or not, I do hope that they see it and see that I'm being genuine when I say thank you and I appreciate you, that I love you for what you share and what you do, because, you know, all of us that a lot of you that come into my stream, we're all content creators in one way or another, and we have our own genres and we have our own thing that we put out. Me personally, I was inspired by the content creators that I watch regularly to be as raw as I am in my videos, to share what I do on my videos, that just to be me and share what I love and share the talents and skills and my journey to better health or reaching my dreams or whatever. Granted, I don't show every little aspect of what I go through on a daily basis or what I'm working on a daily basis, but I do try to share what I can and share what I feel will help, maybe relate to somebody else or inspire somebody else, you know. Right. I mean, granted, I want this to become a career for me, but I'm not an actor. I'm not a rapper. I'm not trying to do pranks or. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm not trying to be. I'm not trying to put a persona out. And Fuzi talks about that a lot, and he's in a place of some, I think, to some extent, of regret of the persona that he had put out for a long time. And if I could have a conversation with Fuzi myself, it would be to, don't damn yourself or shame yourself for the choices you made to make your career what it was. You know, that's still part of who you are. That's still part of, you know, you did what you felt you needed to do to reach the heights that you reached. And you reached some great milestones and accolades and acknowledgments. And unfortunately, with any kind of celebrity, and granted, we're not necessarily celebrities, especially at this point in the game for us, that, those of us that only have a couple hundred or a couple thousand uh, supporters or whatever. Right, and that's what I learned about from the creators that I watch. Yeah, they might try to put the positive part of themselves out, to because they want to entertain people, they want to engage people, but I wanna, I, wa- I am what I am, but that's all that I am. I am what I am, and that's all that I am, and that's all I can be. That's alright. Anyway, you know, but even though people that I watch, whether what I love about the group of con- content creators that I watch is, yeah, they go on about their personas, but there are moments where they break down the wall for a minute and they show you their vulnerability. They show when they're upset about something, when they're not confident about something, when they're insecure about something, that or when something's come up that has affected something for them personally. Like with Bradley Martin, he originally started talking about Mac Miller, the rapper, in the overdose, but he got more into his personal battles with anxiety and mental illness, and then started talking about his father taking his life, and how even as an adult, how that still affects him, and how he still has to cope with that and realize that it wasn't his fault that his father took his life, that it's not because he wasn't good enough or smart enough or whatever, and I relate to that in the not in the exact same sense, meaning my father, none of my, my no one extremely close to me has taken their life, especially a parent. But I didn't grow up with my father. My father lived 2 blocks away from me, but we didn't have a relationship. That was more his choice than mine. And you know, I spent a lot of my childhood and my adulthood feeling unwanted, feeling confused on why don't you love me? Why don't you want me in your life? Why can't I have a relationship with you? You know, why can't I come to you for help? Why can't, I've had all those questions and those emotions and not feeling good enough or smart enough or pretty enough or whatever, and I was bullied, through grade school and middle school. It wasn't until I got to high school that a lot of that had stopped because I made a conscious decision not to go to my local high school. I went to a high school outside of my hometown because luckily in Boston there's like 25, at least 25 different high schools, and you're not restricted to just go to the high school closest to where you live. I went to I had to take two trains um, every morning to go to the high school I wanted to go to, and I went purposely to that high school because it had a music department, and that's where I started learning about music. And I went from a kid. I went from going to school with kids that I saw, every year for the first 8 years of my school, schooling, and being in a primarily white community, to going to a high school where I was the minority. I went to and I went to an area of Boston that is known to be has a reputation of being a very um, very violent area, but I didn't care. I was going because the school had something that I wanted, that I was interested in, and you know, it was one of the best decisions I made in my life, especially as a young person. Yeah, some of those videos, especially the animal videos, or child abuse videos. I can't, I can't watch them. I can't, keep them on. If I, not that a lot of times I won't even share them because it's not that I don't want to put awareness out there. It's just if it's that upsetting to me, I don't want to upset other people the same way. You know. Thank you. I appreciate that. But that's why, like I said, that's one of the reasons why I put out the video earlier. Mostly saying thank you to the content creators that I watch, that do let their persona, you know, take the persona down, even if it's only a moment here and there. Like, if for the most part, I want to say they're all genuine and they're all real, and of course, they have moments, again, they want to put their best foot forward. They want to put their best energy forward. They want to bring positivity and light to their videos, and that's what I want to do too. But I also learned or decided while watching a lot of these people that I want to take a page out of their book and show the realness. I want to show my love and positivity. I want to spread love and positivity, but I also want to, you know, I want to show you my vulnerability. I want to show you when I'm not at my best, because I know a lot of us are dealing with those ups and downs. A lot of us are dealing with depression or anxiety or beating ourselves up about um, not doing enough or not feeling like we could do. That's one of the issues I have a lot of problems with is feeling like I'm not doing enough to reach my dreams. Sometimes I battle myself and say that I'm being lazy, especially with some of the people that I watch. Lily Singh, aka Superwoman. This woman is a beast at what she does. She's a beast at reaching her dreams and working towards her goals and putting out the content that she puts out. And I know for a fact my work ethic it pales in comparison to what the work that this woman puts in. I wish I had that energy. I wish I had that persistence and that drive. I feel like I do good for what I do, but I know I'm not living up to my full potential. I still live in fear of losing my job. I still live in concern on how long I'm going to have a job for. I still battle on, do I quit my job and follow my dreams full time? But how can I do that when I need to pay bills? I need to put food on the table. I have my 3 cats to worry about. I got other things to like. There, I believe in following your heart, but being a logical person at the same time, sometimes the logic the logic is what holds people back. I believe in the ones that have succeeded like they have. They succeeded because they they followed their heart and took those leaps of faith and didn't get a job or didn't finish school or didn't do whatever to pursue their dreams, and that's why they're where they're at. Yeah, they say it takes hard work, but it's also, you know, walking into the fear, and I haven't 100% walked into the fear, you know? And believe me, if I had a way to support myself and quit my job and just follow my dreams full time, I would. But I don't like. I I I know that's part. The logic is a big part of what holds me back. The fear with the logic is a lot of what holds me back, and why I do still come up with excuses for things. Like the biggest example I could give is with aloveproductions.com. I design the shirts, I put them up, I promote them I promote them here and there on social media. I talk about them on my videos, but business side of it, I have no clue, and uh, and I honestly know I don't have. It's not even an excuse. I don't have the attention span to really learn the business. That was me. I'm like pressing against it. I didn't mean to press it. Yeah, for me, like the way the anxiety comes up for me is I know I've been on the verge of losing my, and I talk about this all the time. I've been on the verge of losing my job for the last 4 years. Within the next 6 months to a year, the place that I work at right now could actually, could finally be closing. I haven't looked for a single job. I don't have the luxury not to look for a job. I have the luxury at the moment to be able to create content and and figure out my t-shirt line and figure out other things. I can't do every little thing that I need to succeed the way I want to succeed, but I still have the time to do what I'm doing, and I I completely appreciate where I'm at now. But I'm also in deep fear that if something doesn't pop off with YouTube or aloveproductions.com, or if some kind of career opportunity doesn't present itself, like I'm scared to death to start looking for another job. I don't want another dead end job. I don't want to stay in security. I don't, and as scary as much as I don't want that, I also don't want to worry about money. I don't want to, you know, thank you. I know what I want, and I know they say all the time, don't worry about the how, just do what you love, and that's what I've been doing. But like I said, the logical side of you can't help to sit go, how am I going to get paid to do this? How am I going to do this? How can I do this legitimately? How can I get to the point that, an income is coming in? And I know that part's coming. But because I know I have kind of like an unwritten time frame, so to speak, of when I would, for the transition to happen. Like I want to be at the point within the next couple of months where I could choose whether to stay working or not. Because even I've told myself before, like say for an example, even with the lottery, say hypothetically I won a major jackpot, right? There's a part of me, because I know that this place is gonna be closing at some point. There's a part of me that was like, you know what? Because I'm that appreciative, and I'm glad, I'm happy that I don't have to worry about money anymore. That I would continue to work. I'd be a little bit more leisurely about it. Like if I could, I would be asking for time off a little bit more often. But um, I would choose to continue to work until they actually closed, because I'm one of the few people that have been here for a very long time, that knows the ins and outs, and they trust me to do my job. And I appreciate that, and my boss has been very good to me, and I wouldn't want to just up and leave. So like whether I started doing really well with Ayla Productions and YouTube, or I won the lottery or whatever, like there's a part of me that wouldn't want to just up and give my 2 weeks notice. I would want to definitely have a more flexible situation where I could go visit my husband for a week or two, and now that I don't have to worry about money, you know, because that's one of the reasons why I haven't visited my husband. It's either I pay rent or I go visit my husband. I pay bills or I go visit my husband in Morocco. Right now it's kind of like I have to, and unfortunately, I have to choose paying bills because if I go visit my husband, I'm not going to have a place to live when I get home. There's reasons why I don't move to Morocco, which I won't get into, but, but, you know, and I've been thinking of a lot too. Like I forget where I mentioned it. I think I mentioned it in. My husband lives in Morocco. He's never been to the States. I got a couple of videos that get into more detail about it and stuff. But all I will say is that is a lot of people already know the immigration for this country sucks. It sucked before this current administration, and it's even worse now. And that's all I want to say about that. Because, you know, even though I said that, I still have to hold on to faith that, we will be together. We will get the help that we need. And I know if I talk negatively about immigration, putting that negative energy out is not going to make the situation any better. So I gotta hold faith that everything will work out. Everything is working out. Everything's gonna work out. Ooh. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. This is my first night back to work after the past week, and my sleeping schedule was completely off. Um, that's why I didn't stream all last week. Not because I didn't want to, it was because I wasn't awake. I was having really bad energy, physical energy all week, and I was crashing by 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and not getting up until 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. So, uh, but, and now me being back at work, I'm struggling to get my. I was trying to get myself back on schedule the last couple of days, and it just wasn't happening. Even yesterday, I went out for a little while, came home, lied down at 7. By 9, I was falling asleep. My mother kept waking me up to go eat something. Went to go eat, went back in my room, and just completely knocked out until 6:30 in the morning. So the fact that I'm actually awake now is good. And I appreciate y'all hanging out, or else I would have ended this 10 minutes ago. Because if I start my stream and if nobody comes in within the first 15 minutes or so, I usually just end it. Because if you're not in by 15, if someone's not in by 15, there's a good chance you're not going to get anybody to come in. So, yeah, it seems to fluctuate. The ironic thing is that there's some weekdays that I tend to get more people to come in. But to be honest, I have a feeling that the frustrations that a lot of people are feeling with YouTube um, is one of the reasons why less and less people are showing up. Hello, Snowy. How are you? Thank you for coming in. Hit that like button and stuff. But, especially a lot of the bigger YouTubers, every now and again they do comment or talk about um, what's going on with YouTube and how views are down and how um, even the way they get paid, is being affected and what have you. So, um, I know, the the logistics for YouTube is very confusing for a lot of people, including those that have made full careers out of it. Even a lot of the bigger YouTubers like have no idea what YouTube is doing. So, oh, sorry to hear that. No, I got the security strobe light on. You too, Nicole. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. You have a good night. And I'm glad to be back. Wow. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, I'm gonna stay on for maybe another 10 minutes. And then I'm gonna call it. Because I gotta pee. And I'm gonna get a snack and whatever. So. But, I even thanked all you guys. Not by name, but I didn't. I did say thank you in the last video to all those that come in and have found my channel and found the value in what I put out and continue to come back. Wow. Keep you in my thoughts and prayers. I don't want to ask too much because I don't want you to put too much personal in the chat because it can be read. So. I'm there as well. Same name, same username. I'm fighting myself right now. Trying to stay awake. This is the longest I've been awake all week. The latest I've been awake all week. 'Cause I was off on vacation and my whole sleeping schedule got screwed up. What the heck is that? Of course, that's not in the right direction. I feel like I'm looking at an animal and I can't see what it is because it's too. Yep, I see it. I see it. I get it. Gotta get it. Whew. Right. Alright, I think I'm actually gonna end it. I'm gonna run to the restroom and go grab a snack and try to figure out some other way to stay awake. But I want to thank you guys for coming in and hanging out. I appreciate it. I'm just, I gotta start driving around. I have to do something or else I'm gonna fall asleep just being on the stream. I'm trying to stay awake, but if I sit still, it's not gonna. Yeah, I can't even do coffee because I actually have the reverse effect with coffee. Coffee ends up making me crash almost immediately after drinking it. So, um, anyway, thank you all for being here. I'll check you in a little while. See you in the next video or vlog. Ah, that was you hanging out in the background. Thanks for hanging out. See you in the next one. Have a good one. As always, like, love, share, inspire. Don't forget, love is everything. Have a good one. Much love. Much love. Bye bye now. Take care then.